Abusian so you are social media no so I want to say videos we trend on social media no so we plan na video ko edema NDC aben na abusian video no mo ensem NDC mpanifobia abra na wo mo opposition no ensem a wo mo kan ye eno na timamufo ni bi akwakofa na abusian wo mo aye edit na twetwa video ni bi asan ebo edit mo ensem a wo mo kan na eno na magana for chese ne airport chese wo mo hia accountability anase current state send your mind echo no eyade a wo mo ani enye so empenifo bebre na ene kasa ye e wo video nim empenifo bi te se ye president say what so ye man penin John Dramani Mahama afi ye Sam George emu wo bi okuje to black kwamo so e wo Sami Jemfi wo mo nyina ye empenifo a wo mo ekasa ye e wo video asabe de trend na ensam ne ensam a na wo mo opposition na Ghana fo ebi se enyema esi abamba dada no apenso no se science wo ha nsosaso no ebe different bi so bi se Russia Ukraine war e ba ya ban bi a etwam e ma fuel price ne ade ekosra Israel ani Iran itokwa na ekoso no eno entimi e ma fuel no enkosro sabri na busia e ka me se enkomo we no akwakoye agude na so ye ni brisem e na Ghana fo e kan ma yenko Yenkoti se ne videos no ete.
Who blame Ukraine and Russia? Meanwhile, those countries inflation that was also more baby bombs in the land.
Putin is throwing to Ukraine. Are we having some of the bombs fall in Ghana here? So look, stop the flimsy and frivolous excuse.
The bomb that worked for Ukraine, Russia for Ukraine, yet to Cape Coast.
Argument that is being made that because of Ukraine Russia, that is why in global crude price about 140, 130, we are paying more. It is a deception, the people of this country.
Ukraine-Russia war. Now Ukraine-Russia, omo kwa efa ya Ghana for efa ya hube. Yeah, it's your baby. Ukraine-Russia war. What's not play mo now? Cause we call Ukraine. Ufi Accra, 7,000 kilometers and San Wakudru. No more common talkwa. Then say Yesikasem. Na Cote d'Ivoire son kase. Say Russia, Ukraine, no more com. And so
a few moments later,
Ghana is not immune from the shocks of global events. Recent events in the Middle East, which involve an exchange of missiles between Israel and Iran, have started to escalate crude oil prices dramatically. I've asked our Minister of Finance and Minister of Energy to keep a close eye on the development and model the possible impacts on our petroleum prices.
Charge a vote for a new market here in Ghana. Emrase, sa buy a fab will be a jumasa one made this a jumane more maya. A buy mo be contract or one. Yememu. Now will be biara or one in dear. Na our capacity so betting yes man. We should give that person the opportunity to compete. TFA be competitive tendering. Ma ho kwan no be a me pray jumani bi. The obetumi aye jumani ye. O mine benya so mfaso abra o mine bebo kakakra bi ne dia ma no. But wo hwe de ekoso wo bawomia ene o mampenya kufu ado amambo yi mu a ye wo contrast akese bebre a aban de ma bawomia nuanom a ye ma ho kwan se obi amepri bi ye si peg aso ye de sika toto so a o mine hwe sika titiri dia you will weep for Ghana as we move along. Too much. Abusu amamu Koko football Oncheni United state capture young form of mine eja padiemfa. They are peerless, unparalleled. Ye will be that. Menya sho se Mobutu sese kumu krampo yesa. Not even Idi Amin Dada could have contemplated.
Say Mobapa ubejeli.
Say trot in jelly, but there is no way. Let me say it here. There is no way. No way. Addison will not be prosecuted. There is no way. It's not possible. Or no musio gra wama or sheku way to gra yebecheno or best under prosecution. Or any governors and the board nina. There is no way. Is he above the law? Governor your Kabima make up your maya your emrani boom may afraid the rule of law. Nobody is above the law. He will face full accountability. on many other things, including this, especially this.
President Mahama has been clear that he will sign that bill, and he has no option than to sign that bill. President Mahama will know no peace from Sam George until he signs that bill. And he himself has said that to the clergy, that as a Christian, as a member of the Assemblies of God Church, he will sign that bill.
A few moments later.
Regarding LGBTQ plus issues, it remains a highly emotive and sensitive issue, even in the most advanced liberal democracies. I explained during my recent engagement with the World Affairs Council that it's not the most important issue we face as a nation. We're still grappling with the provisions of basic needs of education, healthcare, jobs, food, clothing, and shelter.
So on the bread and butter issues is the 24-hour economy.
The 24-hour economy.
Very well.
The 24-hour economy. We're talking about infrastructure. He said that look, we must continue with our program to have every regional capital having an airport. He's talked about the need to have in agriculture to have farm banks. So
I keep asking
cooperatives. So it's
and let me use this medium to call on the Ghanaian people. The finance minister likes to quote the Bible. O ye people of Ghana, rise up in righteous indignation against those who dwell in authority and in the high places of power and abuse our trust and abuse our resources. If they manage our resources well, we will not need this new tax. Rise up in anger against it. This is the word of the Lord.
Speaking the hard truth that Ghanaians don't want to listen to. You see, look, and I may get into trouble for this, but Ghanaians know the truth, but we hate to be told the truth. We like to be lied to. And so, when you see someone who is blunt with the truth, who tells you the truth how it is and says it to you how it ought to be said, people end up taking issues with them. But honestly, let's sit back and ask ourselves, the things Chinese Jonas has been saying, which part of it do we not agree with? What part of the facts, the system that is broken in Ghana that he points out, can we disagree with him?
The manner he portrays that.
You can have an on that score. You have a valid point to say he could do it in a better way. Okay? But you see, people get frustrated and they feel like, look, people ought to know better. When politicians are the ones behind those doing galamsey, how then do you expect him to be nice to us politicians? Because we are the problem. When chiefs are the ones who support the galamseyers and are destroying our water bodies, I'm not saying he should go and insult a chief, but he has every right to call out a chief. Because if you're a chief, you sit on that stool as a custodian for your people to protect not just the land but the natural water bodies in there. Today they are using river bodies to curse him. What have been the activities or actions of these chiefs to protect those river gods? The deities they are using to curse him. Me, I said that I don't do those things. I don't dabble in those things. But if those things really do exist, the river deities will protect him and instead of killing him or do whatever the chief's asking for. Because his action and activism is asking to clean up the water bodies. You as a chief, your activities and actions are to allow Chinese come into your community and come and destroy the water body. So what are we talking about? I mean, yes, he may have to look at how to polish his approach and the way he puts out but let's look at the substance of what he is saying. Is he wrong? Yes, system na 24/7 is he working? Charlie glass and
Good evening. Honorable Sam George, please, I would like to ask a question. I want to know, why are most politicians inconsistent? Now, why are most politicians inconsistent? I'm asking this because when we are in power, we support almost everything. But when we go to opposition, the very thing that we were in support of, we come back being against it. So please help us. Why are politicians inconsistent? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Money on campus, and that speaks to money. I think there was one last one. The last one is inconsistency of politicians. Yes, it's true. And when you see politicians who are inconsistent, vote them out. Vote them out. That's why I keep saying that in my constituency, when people ask me, Honorable, so will you construct this road? I tell them it's not my job. And for those of you who follow me on Twitter, I have fought everybody on Twitter. If you come and mention a road in my constituency, that's bad. Do they give the money for roads to me? They give it to the minister for roads. So when I'm campaigning now, and I go and they say the road is bad, I'll go and tell the minister. They don't give me the money. The money for construction roads doesn't come to me. So why should I come and promise you a road? But there are people who want to become MPs. And school that way, wait. The money for building schools, do they give it to MP? The money for construction roads, they give it to MP? No. As an MP, your job is to go and lobby the person who has the money. So if somebody comes to stand before you and tell you, say, Mayor Kwai way Amao as an MP or as a candidate, that person is a dishonest person and is not fit to bear the title Honorable MP. Vote them out. Until we begin to demand a certain standard of honesty in our campaigning, in the things we say during campaign, you will not have honest politicians. So if it is about who can make the most promises, Charlie, the next time I'll promise everybody a wife and a husband, just to get me the votes. So let us, you see, politicians are a reflection of the society. The politicians, they don't go and bring us from another place. So it is what you demand of us that we give. If you demand a certain level of integrity from your politicians and punish those who fail to have that integrity, let's begin to name and shame them. To make everybody sit up. Me, when I campaign, I move with a media team and I record everything I say.
How to do this? You think they are just doing it? The LGBT community has money they are throwing around. You think the Australian High Commissioner who is walking around took bicycle to my constituency and was misbehaving? When I gave it to him on social media, I went and deleted the pictures. In Canada, but you
can't do that. You can't.
I can't do what?
You can't beat him.
Why can't I beat him?
Why would you?
If he decides not to behave like a diplomat, I would treat him like a non-diplomat, because a diplomat has signed up. There's letters of credence, says he will respect the laws of Ghana. The laws of Ghana do not allow you to do homosexuality. Then you, with your two left legs, you leave Australia and come to Ghana to come and redeem your image. Do you know his career? The Australian ambassador. Follow his career. He's somebody who doesn't know his identity and has come to Ghana here to try and find reinvent himself, and then wants to now come and dictate to us here in Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana, that we must legalize supi. Here, fle. Can he go to Saudi Arabia? Can he go to Saudi Arabia and go and tell the Saudi crown prince that because he's an Australian aborigine, he's the descendants of riffraffs from England, though. They were sent there. He cannot come here and come and tell us. You look at
it's a Bushna way, and then the air force on a Ghana fortress, a senior in Sue a year, and Sapa Pepe, and a Riaso, a bayin to send ye, MPP a pencil, one some more kind, and they could tell me, and one more position, say, and this is one share, now one more answer to a money years to the and almost so, one more seminar, and a pigeon also, a dear woman for rest over your comments, our comment section for a dear mammy. All the social media handles know, a too much GH, or subscribe like and watch share. Na kufoso ni biashe makra.